What's up, guys? My name is Nasar El-Arabi with BiggerPockets, and today we're going to talk about how to find motivated sellers in 2020. We're going to be breaking that down so that in this year, you can find motivated sellers that will increase revenues in your wholesaling business. It's the new year. We're all looking for those wholesale deals out there. But the million-dollar question is, how do I find motivated sellers? And one thing I like about this particular skill, once you pick up this skill, you can use it in any market, whether the market is hot, whether it's a slow market, whether the market is cool. If you know how to find motivated sellers, you will always be able to make money. So how do we go about that? We're gonna talk about is a term you might hear is RVM. What is RVM? RVM is ringless voicemail. If I call your phone, it goes directly to your voicemail, your phone will not ring. And I will leave a message, something saying, I was driving around the neighborhood and I buy about 3 to 5 houses a month and we were interested in yours. If you can please call me back, I would really appreciate that if you're open to selling. Thank you and have a great rest of the day. Short and simple message. That person will then call back. They might say, hey, I'm not interested. Or they might say, hey, I am open to selling my house. Or they just might not call you back. Any response is a good response. Even those get you closer to the yes. Always remember that. With that being said, RVM is one way. Another way is texting. You can text people. Let's say you buy a list from a list provider. There's many list providers out there. You have flipthisrealestatelyst.com. You have listsource.com. You can check on BiggerPockets and you can look at the different list providers on there that's recommended. You can then skip trace that data. Once you skip trace that data, you can go to a site like reiskip.com, which is a great site, and you can upload that data right into there. And from you uploading that data into that particular site, it will spit back out phone numbers. You will then go into a platform for texting. If you just Google testing for real estate professionals, there's some sites that'll pop up and you just pick the best one that works for you. Let's say you have the data with the phone numbers. You would then upload that data into one of these texting services. Once you do that, you will start texting. You will say something, I'm calling about 123 Main Street, or I'm texting about 123 Main Street. I just want to see if you are open to selling that particular property. Most people will not respond. Some will say no. And you're gonna have one or two that may say yes. That's the texting service. You then have cold calling. I'm not going to get into detail about cold calling. You guys have to check with your state guidelines with cold calling. Make sure you do not call anybody on the do not call list with all your services. If they're on do not call, you don't touch them. Now let's say, hey, those 3 things that you just mentioned, which was the RVM, texting, and cold calling, they cost money, right? Let's just say it costs money because I have to get the data to call, and it costs money, I don't have any money. What can I do? I'm broke. You know, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I was there, guys. You're gonna get out and you're gonna put in some work. When I say put in some work, that means you're gonna drive for dollars. This is how my real estate business started out. I know guys who are doing 5 figures each month just driving for dollars, okay? Now I'm gonna tell you my way I started out, and I'm gonna tell you much better ways they have now. I started out every Saturday morning, I worked from a job from Monday through Friday. I got me a mentor and I would get up and every Saturday morning I would just drive for dollars. And with driving for dollars, what you're looking for houses with tall grass, beat up houses, houses that need roofs, houses that are boarded up, houses that look vacant, mailboxes with a whole bunch of mail in them, and I would write down those addresses. I would come back with about over 100 addresses, 2 to 3 pages, okay, of just addresses of houses that fit that criteria. I would then go on to the next day, I would go on to the city assessment site to see who owned those houses. And if you remember anything back in 2011, like every 5 houses was bank owned. So a lot of those houses was owned by the bank. So I couldn't contact them. I couldn't mail them. So I just took them off my list and narrowed it down to the people who owned their properties. And it took me 8 months to find my first deal, okay? 8 months to find my first deal. So I started that process in January, closed my first deal in November, okay? And it was so refreshing. Guys, didn't make a bunch of money. It was just proof of concept, and it propelled my real estate business. So now, fast forward, I have a 7-figure real estate business. My first deal, I made $2,000. All right, but I had to take baby steps to get to there, okay? Now, there's a better way, an app called Deal Machine, right? That's the one I use, but they have other apps out there, and you can go on the BiggerPockets.com site and just get opinions on all the apps, the Driving for Dollars apps that's out there. I personally like Deal Machine. With Deal Machine, all I have to do is just take my phone out. I can take a picture of the property and I can mail them a postcard directly from there. No more me cross-referencing everything. I can actually pull up in front of a house to see who owns that house. I can even skip trace them from the app and get a phone number. So things are much simpler now, but if you could afford the Deal Machine app, I strongly recommend you getting it. If you can't, that's fine. Just keep going, man. Just do it pen and paper, old school style, like I did. I would buy 100 pre-stamped postcards from the United States Postal Service. I would mail probably about 120 a month. All right, man, I just want you to make this year a memorable one for you and your family. But remember, the ways that you can find motivated sellers are ringless voicemail, texting, cold calling, and driving for dollars. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you want to follow me, you can find me on Instagram at Real Estate Doru. I'm not your guru, I'm your Doru, because I actually do this business.